like Kevin mentioned, I'm from Brazil originally, and I'll do all these interviews back home where like entrepreneurship is still like a build-up process, is like a building process, and like it's not as much in the culture as it is here in the Valley. And they're always asking me like, when did you have your idea? Like, what a great idea you guys had. Like, what struck you guys? And there was no one moment where we're like, oh yeah, like photos with filters. And ideas really are the result of a lot of these iteration steps that we've talked about earlier. And your job is just to explore the solution space until you figured out where in that solution space you fit. And it turns out, people are always like, well, like, does my idea need to be the most like unique thing in the world? Nowadays, especially in the social space, ideas are combinatorial, right? It's like that childhood exercise where you take different parts of the animals and you make a new animal out of it. That's a lot of what startups are like. You're saying like, well, like there's things about Twitter we really like, but it frustrates us that we don't have an emotional connection with the content that we're receiving because it's not visual, you know? And there's things we like about things like Hipstamatic with like these cool ways of making your photos look better, but the photos get caught on the phone and they don't really get to like connect with your friends through them. So these combinatorial ideas are really where you end up having these aha moments later after you've explored the solution space, rather than like the shower idea that ends up like, you know, killing them. And as we've mentioned before, in the sharing and discussing process is where those ideas get refined. So getting that consumer validation, going through those bar we call them bar exams. Like you're in the bar, can you explain your idea and show it off to your friend in a way that they're not going to be like,
when it's really loud and people are drinking. And
they have like the other 50 things they want to do. And one thing I really want to emphasize is that careers are very much like a series of themes that you go through and explore in your career. If you look at Dennis Crowley at Foursquare, he's been working on that drive, on that idea around location and unlocking your city for almost 10 years or more. Like he's probably been thinking about this since like, maybe he was sketching as like a kindergartner, I don't know. You know? And we've both been interested in photography, badges in kindergarten, right? We've been like excited about photography and about communicating the real world for years. And probably whatever we do for the next 30 years will have some hint of that forever. So very much so, your startup and your career is an expression of you and your co-founders in a way that expresses like what are the themes that are going to recur throughout your careers. And you'll know when you hit upon that for yourself because like you'll wake up every morning and you can't think of anything else. You're in the shower and you're like, oh, we can do this different thing. And that's when you know you've hit the great idea. It's not necessarily the idea, it's the theme, it's the drive, it's the problem you want to solve out in the real world. Like what question are you answering?